Select. Select.
Dire Team ban.
Hello and welcome everyone to the UGC Season 5 prelims, the Western Invite tonight, with TongFu North America against Third Tier Gaming. My name is Sub-Zero, broadcasting here for NewMetaMedia, and today I've been watching a little MLG action, a little bit of the semifinals, a little bit of the finals, and a little bit of Amp for Dota tonight, and can't wait to get right into this one with, a little bit of new strats coming from some of the new teams that you see out there, so wondering if somebody's going to take along any new strats of their own. Right off the bat, we have Doom being banned out alongside with the Alchemist. You know what, those are two heroes that I've seen being picked up quite a bit lately, whether it's in the pub scene or if it is, amateur pro teams, what have you. Alchemist just so strong lately, able to get his farm no matter what it seems, and with that increase from the bounty rune, everybody just dives on top of it. Sometimes if we see a full 5-man squad coming up in the river trying to get that bounty rune for him so we can, start farming straight off comfortably and well. And then, he gets Aghanim Scepters for his team. Can just kind of be lost in the jungle, in the interior jungle, whether he is Dire or Radiant. And you know what, you even see him mid sometimes. Doom, on the other hand, is a hero that you've been seeing a lot kind of go with that refresher build, sometimes with the Shadow Blade into the Silver Edge, and Doom's a good pick sometimes, but ultimately I find that he lacks a little bit of the damage. It's really just the Doom that you're looking for sometimes, but that, if you have a better start with him, obviously you can kind of propel onwards after that. We have Winter Verven being picked up for Third Tier Gaming. Now, I've casted Third Tier before, and I believe they lost their last time about 2 weeks ago when I casted, but they didn't fall short. I believe it was the first game that
10 seconds remaining.
They got pretty far into the game, had some good farm, had some good laning phases, but just couldn't kind of hold on to a late game carry. I can't quite recall who that was, but I've seen them play before, and they're pretty well rounded. They know what they're doing. Winter Wyvern being picked up for them, probably going to be their first tier support, and Wyvern's, even throughout the patches, she's kind of getting better and better, and it's kind of hard to nerf a Wyvern. I mean, Ultimate's just so strong, and she's really a dominating lane presence. Obviously, you get the heal as well, but it's really just the lane presence, the slows, and a little bit of damage output. Queen of Pain being picked up for Third Tier Gaming now. It's a quick reveal, but they might be saving something for later. A little bit change up the lineup. I remember they picked Quap on their second game when they lost to it. So they're definitely comfortable with that pick from games beforehand. Dazzle being picked up for TongFu North America as their kind of first tier support, and Dazzle kind of controls a lot of the support world. He can save anybody with Shallow Grave if he needs to. Obviously got that armor reduction or addition, depending on what side he throws it down, so definitely really strong. Lina being picked up as well, and you see Lina a lot around lately. Although she has lacked a little bit with her damage now from her ult, she's still so strong. And you know what, you've seen people picking up the anti-mage more and more again in this patch, so Lina's definitely a good counter to that once she picks up her Axe. So she's usually strong, dominating whatever lane she goes to. Most often you see her go mid lane, but I have seen her in the off lane before. Not sure what TongFu North America really wants to do with her quite yet, as I haven't quite casted any of their games before, but I'm going to suspect, it's not going to be a support lane, and nobody really likes to run that anymore. And Ember being banned out, we did see that being run a lot today, for those of you that were watching the MLG series. If you were watching earlier on the day, Shadow Fiend being tossed out as well. That's obviously a strong mid, and it's hard to say early on in the drafts and whether you're going to be lacking damage or going to be having good damage. But straight from Third Tier Gaming, I mean, they just have so much relying on a team fight already that they're pretty well rounded to that already. I believe I've seen them pick up a Tusk before, and Tusk is obviously a great team fighter all around. Being able to throw in a snowball, being able to secure lockdown with the ice shards as well. The punch is that added bonus for a little bit more damage, but he's just such a good hero, core hero around, to have that kind of team fight situation to start them, or to delay a death or anything.
10 seconds remaining.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw that being picked up by Third Tier Gaming. As I stated before, they have picked that up. And Skywrath ban coming out, so don't want the silence. Obviously, they got some good ranged intelligence heroes, so definitely good enough ban, I suppose. They're not really showing it in very much of their cards early on. I mean, both teams have, what I've seen here, probably picked their mids. and just 2 supports here. So nothing really being shown out. Taking a lot of time here in this banning phase to kind of figure out the plan that they want to execute here. Phantom Lancer being banned out, and you're not going to see too much of him from the agility loss that he got, but he is still such a strong carry, and you don't want to see him with the Diffusal come online and kind of wipe out any hero, especially all of them are intelligence on the board as of so far. Clockwork being banned out as well, and that's your initiation, so you want to make sure you get rid of that, especially with the alts coming out with the Wyvern and the co-op. You definitely want to kind of start to veer away from those return back for any more, initiation, lockdown, what have you, for a team fight, because, Undying now being picked up too. So, like I said before, 3rd tier gaming really revolved around this kind of team fight lockdown. The slows are really prevalent here with Undying as well as the Winter Wyvern and, the co-op dagger, I suppose, but really it's just kind of lockdown so that you can get off a good ultimate, kind of throw down as much damage as you possibly can. You might see an anti-mage come out for them later. You might see, I don't know, any late game damage dealer. Spectre's being played a lot lately as well. As for TongFu, you might see the same, honestly, because there's just so much lockdown coming from them. They need a hero that has some escape, and obviously anti-mage does have it with the blink. They don't have any silences coming out from 3rd tier gaming, so it's easy to get away from that. Obviously, Anti-Mage is a great hero for the escape anyway, because if he does build the Manta, which, most often than not, you do, Gyro actually coming out, though, instead. And that's also a good, great hero to pick. Doesn't have the escape that they'd probably want on TongFu, but still great for that kind of lockdown sense as well. Interesting to see what lane he matches up against. Usually you're going to see him in the safe lane. Most likely, if he's going to be with the Dazzle, that's a lot of great damage dealing, a lot of great farm for that Gyrocopter. Obviously, Dazzle can kind of keep him healed up. Should be pretty well protected towards that Undying. Obviously, Undying can be such a great harass tool and really hard to go up against in any sort of lane. But, Gyro's still a great carry, even though he did get nerfed a little bit. You're not going to see too much come out from TongFu. That's going to be a lot of damage here now that they have picked up the Lina and the Gyro, so they are lacking a little bit of lockdown. Not the most reliable stuns here. Obviously Gyro with the missile and Light Strike Array coming from Lina. It's not super reliable. You have to have the good timing obviously with Lina, and these players are good enough, but they're lacking a little bit of lockdown. That 3rd tier game is going to have that slow and the Winter Wyvern ult that they can really dish out as much damage. Now picking up the Phantom Assassin, there's your kind of heavy damage dealer. And with the Blur effect, it's great to have against the Gyrocopter. Even though Gyro does deal out a lot of magical damage, later in the game you're going to see him deal the physical, and that's where PA kind of comes online, is able to strut her stuff, walk out, do as much damage with the coup de grace as possible. Really wipe supports off the board. I mean, this Dazzle will die instantly if she gets off a good crit, if he doesn't save himself, and you don't really want to see that from a Dazzle too often. You want to save that Shallow Grave in a team fight for later on for your Gyro, your Lina. Now Earthshaker coming out, so that changes the things a little bit on top with the Undying Tombstone coming out, all the slows. If Earthshaker is able to sit in the back and jump to the forefront with a Blink Dagger, that can drastically change a team fight. So definitely a great pickup here for TongFu, and that's their lockdown that they've been missing. That's the reliable stun that I was just talking about. They haven't really had yet, but now they have picked it up. So definitely good eyesight here by TongFu. They need that kind of initiation or the lockdown to kind of secure any sort of kills in a team fight, or if they're just locking down in lanes for 3rd tier gaming. Last picks here. I mean, they're lacking a little bit of support here. This probably is going to be a support Undying anyway. You see the lot nowadays. So if Queen's going to go probably mid, then they're going to need that extra offlaner. They could use a jungler as well in 3rd tier gaming. I mean, you might even see sort of an Enigma come out even just to kind of secure that extra. Obviously, if PA picks up that Battle Fury, that's a lot of damage dealing, a lot of cleave coming out.
5 seconds remaining.
And if you do trap the Earthshaker, there's not a lot to stop that Enigma. Phoenix being banned out, so there goes a lot of team fight extra from TongFu. They do need that extra offlaner. Supposing that Gyro will be in that safe lane, Lina mid, Earthshaker, it could be the tri-lane, could be the offlane, and it's hard to tell waiting on this 5th pick here. But all in all, definitely interesting pickups here between both teams. Definitely they're going to be exciting here in the mid game, I believe. Obviously, with the Undying pickup, the co-op being able to jump around the map. Lina, once she starts to get some items online, has a little bit bigger of mana pool, she starts to propel as well, going for that team fight. Tusk now being banned out, so that was one that third tier gaming, as I said before, has picked up in the past. So definitely a good ban out for them. Could be a respect, could just be that they don't want to see it come up, obviously. But that would have given them that a little bit extra initiation here for third tier gaming. Obviously, they have the blink with the PA. Any other, if they get the jump on them, get the slows, then they can kind of control a team fight most part of it anyway. So they're kind of stuck here on this little bit. They're just definitely going to be eating up their reserve time on both teams here, trying to figure out this, get the feel for this last 5th pick on really how they want to secure. Both teams look like they really want to get that early game down here. Obviously with the Lina, and Gyro does propel sort of well in the late game, but you gotta wonder if Gyro doesn't have the greatest farm at the start, where's he gonna go? Dazzle, when he doesn't have any levels, yeah, sure, you can send him start stacking camps, but it's hard to find those levels as a Dazzle if you're just going to be doing that all day. And Earthshaker will never get his Blink Dagger if he's going to be stacking camps. So Gyro's really going to have a good lane for this to kind of propel forward for him. Otherwise, third tier gaming can kind of control this. Obviously, with them dying early on with the Tombstone, now they've picked up a TA, which is in their own right a really snowball tier hero from the beginning. And the 5th pick here for TongFu will be a Batrider. So there's a little bit of initiation for them. So definitely going to be a interesting game between both of them. I'm really looking forward to this mid game for both sides. As I said before, it's lots of jump, lots of damage being dealt out early to mid game. So here we go. We're gonna step right into it here. TongFu versus third tier gaming here for game 1 in the UGC 5 prelims. And hopefully Dota doesn't crash on us. And it hasn't. Alright, on side of TongFu, we have the stand-in, not sure what your name is, gonna have to call you Gyrocopter for now. Most likely going top, we have Shark on the Dazzle, we have Let Me Go on the Lina, Beon on the Batrider, and 1, 2, 3 on the Earthshaker. For the side of 3TG, we have Fish running mid on the TA, we have Mark on the Winter Wyvern, Naked Root, on the PA, Hotline Bling on the Undying, and we have Silver on the Quap. Quick pause and everything's refreshed, ready to go here. No smoke coming out, not that I see here for TongFu. Oh, there it is on Dazzle. So they're going to be looking for a smoke play. Might be able to snag out Naked Root here, as he is going to venture through his own jungle and to the bottom, kind of hoping to get that single rune by himself. Everybody else is camped up top, so they got to be careful here. They are smoked up, all 5 of them here for TongFu, and they're taking the long route around. Haven't spotted her out yet, but it's going to be no time at all here until they actually do figure her out. They're starting to ping down, so they might be wanting to drop a ward. They do, just to get any vision. Smoke does break, and they do spot her out, and she's going to be pretty much nowhere to go here, as First Blood will be going to TongFu. It will be the Lina that actually snags it up, and this will be a free bounty rune for whoever wants to take it. Up top should be a free bounty rune for Fish as well, but that will be First Blood going out to TongFu on the Lina.
Battle begins.
Lina grabbing bottom, and yeah, will be the TA grabbing top, so respective lanes, we will see the Gyro actually go back up in the safe lane, and the Bat is actually going to take residency down here on bottom by himself, and it's such a hard lane for a Batrider anymore. I mean, most of the time, gosh, it's been a long time ago, a lot of patches ago, but you'd see him go mid and jump right into the jungle and get that camp farming a lot with his Firefly, but nowadays you kind of just see him want to get that XP, and once he does pick up the eggs for the double loop, it's great lockdown, and it can be really securing when you want that for a team fight, but it's just such a struggle for him to kind of get that blink or force staff or both online, and right away they're going to throw out the frost. They're doing quite a bit of damage to him, already dropping below half, but more of just harass for Naked Root here. Meanwhile on mid, Fish will be sitting quite comfortable, already hitting level 2 against Lina. Should be okay against her, along with his shield. Should be just fine for any right-click attack, as well as if she does get off the stun for the light strike away. So it will be a bit of a battle between both of these on mid. Up top, it will be the Batrider actually taking down Winter Wyvern, so goes for the Firefly right away, and he actually must have got a bunch of stacks on here for the for Sticky Napalm and manages to get a solo pick off by himself, even with Naked Root standing right beside him. So just as I was saying how hard it is for a Bat Rider, he's able to jump right up, and he's actually near top of the leaderboard against Naked Root here. So great start for Beyond, and right away able to really control this lane. So he's already picked up his boots, so he'll be able to get away if he needs to. And it's already sitting comfortable with 600 gold in the bank. Up top, it will be a tri-lane, so we have the Earthshaker with the Dazzle, really securing this farm for this Gyrocopter, and this is exactly what they need to do. As I was talking before, I mean, Gyro, you have to get that early farm for him to really propel, get that lifesteal, get a little bit of damage from Sanjin Yasha, and continue on from that. The harass that should be coming up from the Queen of Pain and the Undying should be pretty strong, but, you have to wonder if 1-2-3 is going to be sitting in the trees here. They're just pinging it out like crazy. The Gyrocopter thinking they want to go in here. Quite a huge stack here if they need to pull. And they do actually throw down the fissure for the block. Gyro does go in. Tombstone also going out. Dazzle throwing out the heal bomb, but Gyro needs to be careful. He's actually running quite low. They've rotated Mark here, and it will be the Queen of Pain picking up the Gyrocopter kill. Dazzle actually getting the trade on the Undying first. And they want to trade down to get another pick off here, but it will be the Queen of Pain that goes down to the Earthshaker. So really just a 2-for-1. They do manage to bring down the Gyrocopter, but at the cost of their whole lane themselves, and they did rotate in Mark as well to get those kills. So all in all, decent trade to get that Gyrocopter. It really slows down his farm. He is top of the leaderboard already, but a little rough trading both those heroes. Meanwhile on mid, we have TA actually sitting quite comfortably here, 8-1 against the Lina. That's a 5-on-2. Went with the null tally to pick up, and should probably save him for that bottle. It looks to be actually coming in right now on this cute, cuddly little chest courier. Down on bottom, you just see this Bat Rider saving. It looks like he might actually be straight going for this Blink Dagger here, not wanting to buy anything else. Really harassing out this Phantom Assassin. She's sitting at 11-0. She's doing okay for farm. Not ahead of the Gyro by any means, but I mean, she's just going to have to go for the dagger farm, because this Bat Rider is really zoning her out, getting the napalm stacks on her pretty much all the time. And that's really rough to be a PA by yourself, as they've rotated Winter Wyvern pretty much up top. And it will be actually Queen of Pain taking out Lina, as they rotated 2 in here on mid to take her down. Lina even having this extra ward here, which is interesting to see. Her still going down. She should have most of that vision coming in. Stack's turning out to be quite huge, as Dazzle's trying to stack it a couple more times here, but it will be the Queen of Pain that is sitting up pretty close, and she'll be able to spot this out if she comes around the corner, and she does. So they know that they're pulling this quite a bit. She pings it out, and they're just kind of sitting comfortably around here. Already went down both of them here to the tri-lane with the Earthshaker and the Dazzle, so they're playing quite safe, but they definitely need to start harassing, because the job that these two supports are getting done for this Gyrocopter is they're doing pretty much exactly what they need to. Although he did go down, he's getting the farm he needs. He's 22-7, sitting quite comfortable, has a Wraith Band in hand, 760 gold in the bank. I'm not sure what he wants to go for yet. Probably just pick up the phase boots if he wants. Gets boots of speeds for now, and they're just kind of pushing things out. So pretty fine lane up here for them so far. Nothing really to kind of laugh about, nothing really to cry about either. They've just been pulling waves if they need them, and hopefully just getting the farm on Gyro as much as possible. It looks like I did miss a kill actually down on bottom. It would be Gyro falling to the Phantom Assassin, so that's a great pickup for her. She still has her ring. She will be grabbing her boots as well, so good pickup for her. She's sitting at 18-1, so coming shortly behind. But it will be TongFu actually taking most of this farm here with the Gyro, as well as the Bat actually controlling this, which is definitely a funny situation to see. We have an invis TA coming in, as Winter Wyvern does throw out the Frost, gets the stun off on Fish. They might actually want to chase this down. Nope, they turn back. They get stuck on the creep. I'm going to look to just get back here. A rotation of 2 coming in. Just the one, sorry. Just Mark coming in. Meanwhile, on top, managed to pull this behind their own tower. So Quap and the Undying, Hotline Bling here actually feeling pretty poor by himself. He doesn't really have much to show for this lane, as he did fall once. So not a lot happening here. He's picked up an Orb of Venom to kind of slow down other things, but second point in the Tombstone, hasn't really used it yet. I've only seen it go out once against that Gyrocopter to get that one kill, but that's about it. And what you'd think would be quite a harass lane is more of just a deny lane for the Gyrocopter. 9 and 7 only showing here for the Queen of Pain, and Undying really not being able to do anything as he's picked up no denies, no last hits, and just kind of sapping experience out of this whole lane. Meanwhile, in the jungle on bottom, we have Batrider taking out most of the residents here. Does manage to spot out Mark on the Frost, or on the Winter Wyvern with this ward here. And a rotation coming in from Lina. She does have a haste rune up, has hit her level 6, and they might want to dive this. Batrider also has picked up his level 6. Firefly goes out, the stun also going out. Does manage to toss off the loop, and they will get an easy kill on the Phantom Assassin. Was split between the two of them. Now they want to look to go on the Winter Wyvern. Rotation coming in from the Undying, and they need to be careful. Lina does manage to get off the stun, but this should be a dead bat. Undying unfortunately missing on the decay, but this should be a dead bat. And they do. So Winter Wyvern gets the return kill. Lina comes in back, and she does pick off another one, getting the Winter Wyvern as he ran pretty low. So that will be a 2-for-1. Bat picking up the first one with the split for Lina on that PA, and then they managed to bring down the Winter Wyvern after the bat falls. So Lina getting a ton out of that rotation. Gyro's now picked up his Ring of Aquila, has the boots in hand. Might be going Power Treads actually, has picked up the Gloves of Haste, so be on the lookout for that. Might want to tank up a little bit more rather than actually go for the damage, so have a rotation of 4 up top here, and they have a mighty stack coming out, and this could all be for the Bat. And I haven't really talked about it as much, but obviously Bat being a great, useful jungler, whether he wants to or not, has had quite an easy time down on bottom. Did pick up a couple kills, but now he's just looking for the stacks, and thankfully his buddy Shark has been stacking this camp immensely, and that was I believe a 4 stack. Pretty much all going in the way of Bat. That's a huge gold increase for him, so that will be his Blink Dagger. Comes out right now. And that's a 7-minute Blink Dagger. That's a huge pickup for the Batrider. Smoke coming out for the Earthshaker, so look to see that gank coming out as soon as the lasso is already online. So 2 rotating in here for the Lina. Winter Wyvern throwing out the Arctic Burn, wanting to go hard on the Lina, and she wants to turn around on this. She might actually get the kill. Not enough to kill him. Throws out the stun, and the Tombstone does come out from Hotline. And they want to chase this. Templar throwing out the trap. She's slowed by a ton here. Tosses out another stun, will hit the Undying, not able to dodge anything, and Earthshaker does come to rotate it and throws down the Fissure, and it looks like everybody wants to join this party. Undying still has the Tombstone up for about 10 more seconds here. You need to play it safe. Lasso going out after the blink on Fish, still has her shield up, but she should be dropping. Fissure coming out as well, and she does have a wand in hand. Undying also saving her, but here comes the Gyrocopters. He does get an instant double kill coming down from the call down. And they want to chase this down and maybe get the Winter Wyvern as well. He is running pretty low. Needs about 2 more hits here and does manage to pick it up. So that will be a triple kill here for the Gyrocopter. And that's just going to propel him so much farther. Already has his farm on top of the board, 49 and 8, under 10 minutes here. And yeah, doing quite well for himself. Now picking up the triple kill. And that'll jump the lead by quite a bit. 1,100 gold and change, almost 1,200. And really not a lot used by them. Call down was used, and that's about it. Earthshaker throwing out the Fissure again, and Gyro coming in again with... Does pick up another kill. This is a dominating streak. This Rocket Barrage doing so much work. He has leveled it up full. They do manage to bring down the Tombstone again, and nobody dropping for them. So that will be the PA and the Quap falling. Still have this tower up, but they are losing far too many heroes for this strat to work. As I was talking before, it was Fish getting the TA to want to go early here against this Lina. They had the Undying picked up to kind of secure that lane with the Quap, and they didn't really do anything up top, and Gyro was able to get all the farm that he wanted. I mean, already over a 4k net worth lead for TongFu here. And they're just looking for stacks for this Batrider, stacks for the Gyro. And yeah, he's sitting quite comfortable. Has now finished his power treads. And they might want to start to look to push here. Naked Root goes back to farming after dying to the Gyrocopter. And she's really got to focus on what she wants to build here. It's already 10 minutes, doesn't have a single piece of really anything if she wants to build that Battle Fury. And even if she wants to go that single hit target, picking up maybe a Maelstrom or something, I mean, she's got to get this online pretty soon, because this is where Gyro excels. If he gets that early lead on you, you need to watch out. Already has that Helm so he will be picking up the Helm of the Dominator. Then he'll just be stacking his own camps and just taking over his own jungle or his own ancients. And his farm's just going to go through the roof here. Dazzle and Earthshaker doing one heck of a job. And now he picks up another smoke, so they're going to go in with Bat here into the jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks like they're actually going to head in. They have spotted out with this Lina illusion. It will be Fish, and they're going to jump on right away. Firefly going out. And they're just going to chase her down. She goes invis. And Dust actually being expelled. Don't think they really needed it, but they do it just to secure the kill. So that will be a TA going down to Dazzle. And Wyvern being forced out here. Quap does rotate in, almost gets a kill off of the Lina, but managed to heal off. Earthshaker throwing out the Echo Slam. Silver running really low, and they need to be careful here as Batrider does manage to pick off the kill on the Queen of Pain with the little last sticky napalm, I think, on the hit there. Lina with the double damage is really controlling. She doesn't have a lot of health to her name, has a couple bottle charges, but it's really this double damage that's just so scary. She needs to be careful here. Naked Root needs to watch.
Structures are fortified.
If she lands a stun on her, that will be a dead
Radiant's
PA.
top tower has fallen.
Oh, you're hot.
And they managed to get out, so nobody dying here on the side of TongFu, and they're really controlling this. 13-4 currently, and Gyro 4-1, Lina 3-1, and it's the supports with no deaths right now. Dazzle doing so much work, stacking all the camps here for Batrider as well as the Gyrocopter, and controlling with the smokes, knowing when to gank, and they picked up quite a few good picks here for great opportunities to really secure the farm for their core heroes. Meanwhile, down on bottom, Lina will be chasing down the Winter Wyvern, manages to land the stun, and throws out the ultimate just for sure measure. It will be a killing spree for the Lina. Let me go, really controlling her lanes. She's picked up quite a few good runes here. Now has the haste to secure that kill on the Winter Wyvern. Had the double damage before to really ultimately hold that team fight in the trees. And they do manage to spot out the Queen of Pain. Call down being used as well as the lasso. And that's yet another kill for the Gyrocopter. And 3TG just not looking comfortable with their own heroes. And really just being caught out everywhere. And I mean, this is a pretty basic ward. You're kind of stuck on your own. Nobody really showing on the map. That Queen of Pain's playing really deep. Yes, she has the blink, but if you get the jump on her, she's so damn squishy that she goes down instantly. And you saw it there with the call down and the loop from the Batrider. Looks like PA is probably going to skip the Battle Fury here, as she does manage to go into the Morbid Mass build.
Radiant's top tower is
yeah, you're
under
not going to
attack.
see a lot of farm coming out. They've rotated 3 in here against this Lina, and she needs to be careful. Lina's pretty strong. Let Me Go's have a really good game so far. Does have the support, but you don't want to give any sort of lead back to these heroes, especially Fish on such a storm-rolling hero. And we have the PA on the sidelines here. She picks up a kill that can propel her farm. They need to be careful here. Looks like both teams really rotating most over. Batrider on the side just in case. Looking to stack another camp. Manages to get all golems and another set of Alpha Wolves here. So his farm is doing quite well. Has the boots of travel already. And it will be Gyro up top. Just farming quite comfortably. He's going straight for the Asha. So look out for that Sound and Asha build. Throwing down the call down just to keep things pushed out. And he will be TPing out. Back home. Get on some more mana. Come back for farming later. Earthshaker going in the Tranquil Boots. That's something you don't see all the time. Definitely a good pickup for any sort of support. You pick up that Tranquil Boots. It's really going to be quite comfortable. You're never really going to have to go back in the lane. It's really just the mana. And you know what? He has a Soul Ring just in case. So Bat rotating in here as well. And they're going to blink right on top of Fish here right away. Using everything on her. And it will be another kill for the Lina. Let Me Go. Just really controlling this. 5-1 and 4. And Bat manages to spot out Naked Root farming in the jungle, and he's going to take this stack away from her. Just the ward coverage everywhere. And Yule Scepter coming out from the Lina manages to pick off Naked Root, and Gyro finishing off the Undying. And this whole team is just so controlling right now. They've rotated all 5 in here, still haven't even got the mid tower. They're so deep. But dealing so much damage out. The Yule Scepter, I said, coming out from the Lina. That's going to be such a great, useful tool for her to really control any sort of team fight. Currently on net worth, we have Gyro, top of the boards, obviously, at 7,600. Lina falling shortly behind him at 68, alongside the Bat at 62. And next in line, TA, not a lot to show for herself. Only sitting at 4,600. And although she had farmed okay in the mid, sitting at 66 and 4, she's not going to be able to do a lot more left. And just look at the stacks coming out from this ancient stack. Giles just going to be able to swallow this up in no time. He's already built the Yasha. He's going to be pretty close to the Sange. And yeah, he's already maxed out his flat cannon, has the maxed out rocket barrage. Just doing so much damage, whether it's team fight or for his own stacks. Meanwhile on bottom, Naked Root wanting to jump on the Earthshaker, but not dealing any sorts of damage. Only has the Helm of the Dominator. And it will be the bat, blinking right on top of her again. 1, 2, 3 right there alongside. She manages to blink away on that creep. And it will be Fish rotated on top of her. Beyond slowed down, and it will be the Winter Wyvern coming right back in. Blink going out and didn't even notice the Winter Wyvern was there, so he needs to be careful here. He's being zoned in here. But Lena rotates in. Mega kill for her on the Undying. Does manage to get off the Tombstone, but it will be falling right away. Quap throwing out the ultimate, but the save on the Earthshaker from the Dazzle. Call down going out as well. Double kill for him. Templar going down. Winter Wyvern going down as well. Nagaroot actually getting a kill here on the Earthshaker, but will be falling to the Lena. And that will be a full team wipe for just an Earthshaker. And yeah, things are getting out of hand here. There's not a lot they can do. They've only lost 2 towers, but I mean, this might be a quick one. It's 17 minutes in, 23 and 5. And just way too much gold, way too much experience here going towards TongFu North America. Already over 12k in experience lead and about 14k net worth lead here for TongFu. I mean, this is exactly what you don't want when you're 3TG. I mean, you can't even get a Battle Fury online for the PA in a good timing, so she completely neglects it. And you want to see a snowball coming out from the heroes like Undying, the Queen of Pain, and the Templar Assassin, but you put all your heroes into one giant basket of trying to get that early lane dominance, and it just didn't work out for them, unfortunately, and now they're kind of paying for it. Rosh going down pretty handily here, and Gyro has picked up the Sange and Yasha. Lena picking up the Aegis here. It looks like she'll be building an Aghanim Scepter here pretty quick of her own. She's already sitting at 1800, has the point booster, so needs just about 1200 left. She'll have it. And then you're going to be looking pretty rough here, as the PA still doesn't have any sort of Battle Fury or anything online. As I said before, safe to say she's given up on it. And if she wants to build that BKB, it might just be too late. She has picked up the Ogre Club, but let me go. Going to be having that Aghanim Scepter before she gets that. So giant stack here going to the Gyrocopter. Flat cannon coming out, and just look at the farm. I mean, sitting at 1300 gold, he's already at 2k just as he picks up a little bit more creep. Dazzle, just real Shark MVP on this game. I mean, yeah, carries can carry, but when you have supports like this that just know what to do at the perfect time, know when to stack, know where to stack. I mean, it's such a... Gyro hasn't been able to really, like, worry about any of this game. He's had such a comfortable time farming up top. Did die once, and that's it. He's 8-1 and 5. Lena's 8-1 and 8. The rotation's coming out for her to save her life several times.
Illusion.
Yeah, I gotta say, these two supports are really the heart and soul of this team on Team TongFu North America. Meanwhile, up top, we have all 5 coming out to the Batrider, and they just miss him as he does blink away. And they're not going to be able to chase him down, as he's completely going to get back here away from his jungle. And 3TG still not managing to bring down a tower. No real farm to their name. Undying with 5 last hits. Only has boots and a wand. Yeah, this is a sad support game here for 3TG. You're not going to be seeing lots coming up from them. Winter Wyvern really just trying to keep up with the ward game. I mean, look at the coverage. A couple wards have expired, but they just have everything. They have the river warded. They had so much of the jungle warded. That's really why they're able to get so much done. They have full lane coverage and everything. Meanwhile, on bottom, they're going to start pushing this T3. They decide to get back, however, and probably the smartest play, as they don't want to go too deep here. I mean, they're really far ahead, but they don't want to miss out on any sort of lead. Earthshaker picking up the Blink Dagger. Lena has now finished her Aghanim Scepter. They're just going to take out this jungle farm. And I mean, why not? It's not like PA is really going to be able to use it.
Appreciated.
PA just so poor. She has the Ogre Club, as I said before, but only sitting on level 11. And sitting at 85 last hits, not the greatest to show for her name. It's 20 minutes in.
Monster kill!
And down on bottom, we're going to see the full engagement. Tombstone going out, Lena already picking up the Winter Wyvern, so they have no sort of support or lockdown. Fish falling really quick. Quap actually able to get a beautiful ultimate off, but it will be her falling real quick to the Earthshaker as he does manage to get off a beautiful Echo Slam. Naked Root, nowhere for him to blink. He does have creep nearby, but still offline. And they are already calling GG. 21 minutes in, haven't even broken racks yet, but there's no stopping them as it's 28-5 and just too much of a lead. I mean, just ridiculous. And last little bit there, a little bit of extra gold for them. So game 1 going to TongFu really handily. I don't know what else to say. It was just an easy game for them. Quap, not even a double digits board here on her levels. Still level 8. Sitting 2 at 6. Both supports under 200 for both XP and gold per minute. Just not able to get anything done. And Gyro 10-1 and 6. Lena 10-1 and 10. Pretty easy game for them. They really had full control of the map, able to pick off any sort of kill. They definitely played great, but it would be the Dazzle that really shined high and bright for them, stacking and getting them kills, smokes being bought left, right, and center. So definitely an MVP here to Dazzle. As TongFu North America takes game 1, and stick around, we'll get game 2 here for you shortly.
Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Alright, welcome back everybody to the UGC League Season 5 prelims. Game 2 here of the just a best of 2 between Third Tier Gaming and TongFu North America. Game 1 going to TongFu, and pretty much an easy clean sweep for them. Really able to take control of all lanes, able to rotate around as much as they wanted. As I said before in the last game, if you didn't see it, Dazzle, definitely the MVP, played by Shark there. Stacking so many camps here for the Gyrocopter as well as the Lina and the Batrider, and getting smokes out of the perfect time, really like kind of guiding out the exact plan of how they wanted to execute that in Game 1, and it worked perfectly. GG called in 21 minutes, at a 15k net worth lead, hadn't even taken down racks, so just beautiful execution here from TongFu. And right away, completely different lineup. Clockwork being picked up as well as Shadow Fiend. Different type of initiation, different type of damage altogether. They really relied on the Lina to kind of start and end most of the team fights there in the last one. And kind of Gyro just cleaned house. Didn't really do much of himself. He had a couple kills in the call down by himself, but that's about it. Other than that, like I said before, Shadow Fiend definitely completely different. Going to be a lot more right click for sure for damage. Dazzle being swapped up here, picked up by Third Tier Gaming as well as a Darkseer. And we had seen those Clockwork and Darkseer, two offlaners being banned out last time by both teams. So it could be a switch up here. Definitely could have been respect bans, so completely different now, as well as the Skywrath Mage now for TongFu. And same bans as before. You see the Alchemist gone, the Doom gone, the Ember Spirit. So a lot of people really trying to shy away from those heroes. They really don't want to see that kind of take off and really dominate the late game as they always do, and whether it is pubs or team games. Earthshaker being picked up here for Third Tier Gaming, so both supports that were on TongFu are now on Third Tier Gaming. And as they saw it work so beautifully last time for them, they're going to try and stir their own hand in the pot and see how it works for them. And by all means, it worked great last time. Tiny being banned out, which is interesting from TongFu. You really don't see him too often. I haven't seen a Tiny in God knows how long. I mean,
10 seconds.
Usually you see him with the IO strat, but I don't think you're going to be seeing an IO in Third Tier Gaming's lineup. Anyway, with what they already had, but interesting ban nonetheless. Quap being picked up here for TongFu, so they think that they can use that a little bit more to their advantage than Third Tier did. And by all means, they have a lot of right-click damage here coming out from Shadow Fiend, so why not add a little bit of extra, jump initiation with the Scream from Queen of Pain.
10 seconds remaining.
They have all sorts of good damage type here. Clockworks are going to be really
5
dependent
seconds
here on the
remaining.
initiation. If he gets a good one, you get that combo with the Skywrath Mage, obviously, and tossing down all sorts of damage coming out from the Mystic Flare. It's really hard to stop that. Gyro being picked up, and it looks like third tier gaming is basically copying the lineup from TongFu, aside from the Darkseer, obviously, but I mean, it works so well from the last time. They're going to give a go at this themselves. They do have Dire Side this time. Definitely going to be interesting to see what happens here. No fault to it. I mean, these heroes that they're picking up are great heroes, and Darkseer can always be a strong offlaner. It doesn't matter what patch it is, whether if it's freaking 3 years ago or if it's now. Darkseer can definitely control any lane with the Ion Shell, and you have a good start for him, he can control the team fights. So definitely a great pickup for them for that offlaner. Be interesting to see Clock matching up against Gyro. They might even run this as a trial in themselves with that Earthshaker and Dazzle. It just worked so well for them last time. I mean, why not? They only lost the Gyro once that entire game from that little engagement up top, and they think they're going to have a go at this and do it just the same.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
The sack.
Prepare for battle.
And unfortunately, it looks like my mic was bugging up that entire draft, unfortunately. So we're going to have to reintroduce here. We have Mark on the Dazzle. We have Earthshaker on, run by Hot Bling. Fish on the Leshrac mid pick. Silver on the Darkseer. Naked Root on the Gyrocopter. Queen of Pain run by QQ. We have Let Me Go running mid here on the Shadow Fiend. 1, 2, 3 on the Skywrath Mage. Shark on the Enigma, playing so well last game, and Beyond running off lane on the Clockwork. So the last little bit of the draft there, I was just talking about just such a good synergy here coming from TongFu. I mean, that Enigma pick is so strong in synergy with the Queen of Pain ult, the Rec Room coming out from the Shadow Fiend. There's just so much for them to get that kind of damage. And you know what? They really don't need to rely on each other so much. I mean, Shadow Fiend's really only the one that wants the perfect setup. But even if he goes Shadowblade, he's fine. And the side of 3TG, I mean, the Leshrac pickup is definitely interesting to be running mid here. I'm not too sure about it. Definitely got nerfed on the last patch. So we'll see what it brings. Both teams here revolving around top rune. Apart from the Queen of Pain locating down on bottom here. She's picked up an alt ally for herself, wanting to control this lane. And it looks like they're actually just going to let things go here. Let Me Go is going to go down for that bottom rune. And Beyond's probably just going to play it really safe here. Courier coming out for a little extra vision, maybe. Ping's really coming out here on Earthshaker from the Leshrac. And got a little team discrepancy here. Both teams, I mean, lots of pings coming out at the start of the last game, but I think 3TG's a little mad at themselves for letting that one get away so quick. And Fish should be able to pick up this rune by himself, as he does. And down on bottom will be the Shadow Fiend grabbing that one for himself. So yeah, it will be quite a copy of the draft from 3TG here, as Tri-Lane will be up top with the Dazzle, Gyro, as well as the Earthshaker. And down on bottom will be 1, 2, 3 run supporting here this Queen of Pain going down on bottom. And this is going to be a pretty strong lane up here against, I mean, the Ion Shell from Silver will still be tossed out constantly to get him whatever farm he needs, but he's going to be harassed quite a bit here by 1, 2, 3, constantly tossing out the Arcane Bolt. On mid here, as soon as Shadow Fiend gets some sort of lead here, his right clicks are going to be really strong for Leshrac. Leshrac should be able to dominate this lane pretty comfortably for the first little bit, for about the first 4 minutes, but after that, once his soul's built up, Shadow Fiend's going to be pretty strong here on Let Me Go. Jungling doing quite well here for Shark, already inhabiting most of the camps. You know, just like last game, Gyro should have a comfortable time. Naked Root's a decent farmer, by all means. I mean, he did okay last time. But should be okay here with the Dazzle and the Gyro really protecting him. It is only just the solo this time. It's not even against Undying and the Queen of Pain, so should be okay. Clocks has the battery solved for now, but probably just going to be tossing out Rocket Flare after that. Probably going to be full leveling it. And they're really just harassing him out here. Let Me Go. Trading hits here. Sitting at 7 and 5 with the Leshrac that's just 4 and 0 currently. Queen of Pain taking most of the farm here down on bottom. She's 9 and 7. And the Enigma, as Enigmas do, jungle quite well. We have Enigma sitting at 10 and 1, top of the charts right now. And you know, Enigma's that one hero that can just farm no matter what. His jungling presence is just so bloody strong. If you know what you're doing with Enigma, you can get that kind of triangle for farming, whether it is in Dire with these 3 main camps, or if it's you know, in Radiant, if you're doing this back and forth. You can farm just so fast and get online with a Blink Dagger so quick. Or if you want to go the mech route, that's fine too if you want to really support. On mid, we have Earthshaker rotating in. Has picked up an Invis rune. It looks like Let Me Go knows something's up. They did throw down that ward, so they do know that he's probably hovering around mid. And Earthshaker's picked up level 2, manages to go into Aftershock instead of the Enchant Totem. So Invis slowly running out, and I don't think they're really going to get anything done. Let Me Go showing real patience here, not wanting to overextend himself and drop that first blood. Up top, the stack being controlled here by the Dazzle, but Beyond coming in, wanting to take a little bit of extra experience, but he is falling rather low. Has picked up his level 3. Gyro, meanwhile, doing quite well for himself, has picked up a Wraith Band as soon as he flies that out.
Homing in.
Dazzle, having to use his salve, he was running quite well. Rocket Barrage already tossed out, so that'll be worth for nothing. And Beyond, he's going to be pretty much fine. Has been blocked in by the Fissure, so he might not be fine after all, as Rocket Barrage just come right back up, and this will be a first blood by the Healing Bomb of Mark. And 3TG, picking up the first blood there. Completely different story from the first line of Game 1. Let Me Go now sitting at 22 souls here, so hitting a lot harder, and you can pretty much see it on the top of the charts here. I mean, 18 and 13 for the Shadow Fiend, and Fish not going to be able to get a lot done now as he's sitting at 12 and 2, and right clicks are going to be hitting pretty hard as he's already dropped below half health from just one Shadow Raise and one right click. Silver jumping in, manages to get off a bounty rune, so he's doing okay. Sitting at 3, level 3, and you know, it's not too far off. His counterpart here sitting at level 3 on the Clockwork, so I mean, both are sitting pretty comfortable. Shadow Fiend getting a couple extra camp stacked for himself. 1, 2, 3 doing a really good job for him there. It looks like Mark's actually rotated in here on the Dazzle to kind of secure this a little bit of the lane farm here. Earthshaker coming on the side. They have thrown out the wards, so they know that the Skywrath Mage is actually here on 1, 2, 3. Leshrac pushing this lane rather hard. You'd think that he'd actually want to keep this back, but pushes it back all the way, and looks like both supports are going to elect to kind of drop back here for the time being. Down on bottom, Queen of Pain doing quite well for herself. She's not having to worry about anything. Nobody rotating in on her, no ganks on her. She's had free farm pretty much this whole time. She's 32 and 22, and hitting her level 6 now. Really comfortable. Just not a care in the world. Just focused on farm. Not worried about anything else. And it looks like she may be going for that straight Orchid. Already picked up the Quarterstaff. And it's definitely a good pickup for her. Strong against Leshrac, strong against her supports. And Enigma now picking up a headdress, so he looks to be going mech first.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Going for that bottom rune. Leshrac picking up the illusions up on top, and Earthshaker sitting here, still waiting for some sort of gank, still only level 2. Has picked up his boots, but he's wasting a lot of time here, a lot of time and space, as Clockwork's now had a lot of control here, as it's been pushed out quite a lot here. Level 5 already, almost 6 for the Clockwork on Beyond. And finally, Earthshaker coming back. Call down being thrown out. Fissure. Where's the Fissure? Way late on that one. And Clockwork able to escape. Drops below half, but that should have been a kill there, and little misplay there on the Fissure. And Naked Root throwing down the call down. They want to start to push this. This lane is just completely off, as Naked Root now falling really low, doesn't have any sort of heal except from the Dazzle. Not the greatest usage here. Queen of Pain getting a kill on the Darkseer down on bottom, alongside with Shark on the Enigma. And they're going to start to push this tower a little bit more. Up top, Clock throwing out the cogs again. Should be okay, nobody's really on top of them. The stacks are going out, so things are being done here for the Gyrocopter. But Naked Root, 31 and 6. He's 5th and last hits, and he's had pretty much free farm this whole time, so lane control not the greatest so far, and they will manage to bring down the tower. Queen of Pain brings it down on bottom. Meanwhile on mid, Clockwork picking up the kill on Leshrac, running quite low, still has a stun on him, and it will be the Dazzle actually getting the kill there with the last little bit of poison touch, so good little return kill for them. A little bit lucky that he died so far, but it will be the Leshrac for just an offlane Clockwork. And they do manage to bring down the tower down on bottom, so TongFu yet again really starting to control these lanes rather early. Not off to the crazy lead that they had in the first game, but looks to be a lead nonetheless. TongFu 5k for XP and 4k in net worth. So
Worthy tribute.
just knowing where to farm and when to farm is really the
Radiant's
strong
top
thing
tower
here
is under
to
attack.
dominate the lanes early on, and that's proving to be pretty much their strong suit. Is that's how they won the last game. Naked Root being forced all the way back here has picked up his Aquila as well as the phase boots, but just the Skywrath Mage already zoning him out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Clock looking for that little bit of a pickup. Tosses out the flare there, but Gyro's going to head all the way back. Keep it safe. About 1,300 here on Shark, so Mech will be coming out rather soon. Down on bottom, Fish is rotated, and
Dire's middle tower is
I don't
under
think
attack.
3GG just really knows where they want to go here for their lanes. They're just sort of at a loss on what they need to do and get done. Up on top of the jungle, we'll be beyond finding out Silver trying to
Dire's
jungle.
structures are fortified.
And he's going to just kind of chase this down. He's not going to want to jump on him, obviously, with the Ion Shell, but, I mean, it's going to force him back. Take his jungle.
Dire's top tower.
Fall down
is
going
under
out, but it will be all for naught, as Clockwork does pick up the kill on Gyrocopter. TPing out on 1, 2, 3 here, and that's a free, easy kill for them. Let Me Go has an invis bubbled up here that he has expanded. They do spot out Mark, and they're just going to chase him down. Clockwork coming around. They did spot out him. And this should be an easy kill. Yep, Shadow Fiend picking up. Double Raise going out. Manages to pick the kill up on the Dazzle by himself. And this is where we see that lane dominance. TongFu, just it's a really strong team. Still haven't seen any sort of ultimate
Dire's
combination
bottom
yet,
tower
and they're
is
just
under
controlling.
attack.
They're controlling 3GG by all means. And the farm is quite obvious. I mean, they gave Quap so much farm. Darkseer not really able to zone her out enough. She's almost got the Orchid. It's 10 minutes in.
Dire's middle
Mid tower going
has
down.
been denied.
Dazzle does manage to get off the deny, so well played by Mark. Drops a little less gold for them, but it's about 6k net worth lead here for TongFu. And they're just going to look to keep pushing down mid.
Dire's middle
Boom,
tower
there
is
it
under
goes.
attack.
As everybody's rotating in, we have a full team of TongFu rotating in. We have Quap on the one side, Skywrath on the other. And she does throw out her Scream there just to deter Gyro coming up the hill there. As it doesn't look like they want to engage quite yet, but everybody hovering around this mid lane.
Radiant's
Looks like
bottom
TongFu's
tower
actually going
is
to
under
disperse as
attack.
1, 2, 3 heads back up top along with Shark here. Does have the mech fully finished. Clock looks like he is going for his own Blade Fury. And chase down this kill. Rocket Barrage going out. Quap doesn't have Blink yet. And
Pain in the
that will be a free easy kill here for Naked Root, so I'm not sure what Quap was doing. A little too deep. They do pick her off before she can blink out, so good pickup by him. A little bit extra gold for him. And it will be pretty much everybody rotating down here on bottom. Meanwhile, though, they're giving up top as Enigma and 1, 2, 3 have taken residence, and this should be an easy tower as the Eidolons are cranking this one down rather quick. And 2 rotating up top, but it'll be too little too late as Fish does come in as this tower is falling really short. They might be able to save it for a little bit, but that was from full health down to almost none. And looks like Quap's actually going to rotate in. The ward is out, so they know he's there. Meanwhile, down on bottom, Silver running really low and also gets the kill here
Dire's
on the
top tower is
Gyrocopter.
under
Up on
attack.
top, it will be the Earthshaker falling alongside with the Leshrac. I think Earthshaker fell here. No, he did fall on bottom. Silver is going down to the flare as well, and this will be Mark falling to the Skywrath Mage, and this will be the final last little bit of the tower as Enigma should be able to pick this one up. And he
Dire's
does.
bottom tower is under attack.
Flare going out. Not enough to kill Silver quite yet. Does have it fully leveled, so just not enough damage. But sitting rather close here, needs about 300 gold here for that Blade Fury. Shadow Fiend sitting on a Yash of his own. He's sitting quite strong at 117 last hits. Let's check out the net worth. 8k here for the Shadow Fiend, and he's way ahead of everybody. Queen of Pain sitting at a comfortable 5400, but she's almost 3k behind the Shadow Fiend of her own. That's ridiculous. And we'll be the Strack sharing with the Gyrocopter at 37 apiece. And Queen of Pain's now picked up the Orchid. She jumps on top of Fish. Fish running out of mana from those cogs, and this should be an easy kill for her. And once again, TongFu really controlling this completely. Going upwards on about 9k net worth, XP through the roof, or around 11k here for
Dire's
TongFu.
top tower is under attack.
Just not really seeming to get any sort of control. Silence going out on Naked Root, can't throw down the call down quite yet. Mystic Flare going out, picks off the Dazzle, and Naked Root going down before he can throw out the call down. Cog's doing such a good job here. Queen of Pain picking up another one. She's on a killing spree of her own alongside with 1, 2, 3. Silence going out on Silver, still has the Iron Shell, not able to do any sort of damage. And that's just about a team wipe as Leshrac went down before that team fight even started. TongFu
Dire's top tower is
just
under
taking
attack.
it to them here in game number 2. Sandra and Yasha completed here, and that'll be a
Dire's
quick and
top
easy
tower
T2
has
here.
fallen.
Support's just doing such work, but really the mobility of this team this time. I mean, Quap has just been around the map. She fell once, kind of a not the greatest death there down through the trees, but other than that, she's 4, 1, and 4, and has quite a bit of farm to show for her name. Leshrac wanting to chase down Beyond here as he's falling quite low. Does finally fall down to the Leshrac. And it looks like he's just going to be able to TP out and should be able to. Call down being thrown out on top. And Shark will be actually falling down. So that's 2 good pickoffs here for 3TG. Dazzle falling pretty low. Earthshaker throwing out the Fissure to protect him. But it will be the Queen of Pain throwing out the ultimate to secure the kill on the Gyrocopter. And here she comes in from the back. She has absolutely no more mana left. She needs to blink out quick. She does. Earthshaker gonna be falling here to let me go. And Mystic Flare going out doesn't quite save the Shadow Fiend. As 1, 2, 3 wanting to throw out the Mystic Flare to deter it and do a little bit more damage for a kill. But it will be Shadow Fiend falling down. So all in all, I think that was a 3 for 2 engagement here. Gyro falling for the Shadow Fiend, Enigma falling for the Earthshaker, as well as they do get the Clockwork at the start there. So not a bad team fight. 3k gold change here for 3TG, so that's a great pickup for them. And just like that, things shaking in the other direction. So a little bit of life coming out from 3TG.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Blade Mail now finished and up for the Clockwork, as he's going to start to be chased down here by the Leshrac, and he might be popping it right away here. Cell hasn't blown it yet. Mech going out, saving him from Shark. Finally throws out, as Shark does throw out the beautiful black hole, but not a lot of extra damage coming out. Finally Let Me Go comes in, grabs a double kill of his own. Quap coming in from the side, and here they go. They're going to chase this down. Silver throwing out the Surge, so he should be able to get away. Unless Quap wants to blink on top of him. He does, actually. Throws out the dagger and looks to get the TP out, and he will be safe. So managing to bring down all but the Darks here as Quap and the Shadow Fiend rotating in, taking full demand of this game too. 7 and 1 and 5 for the Quap, 7 and 1 and 3 for the Shadow Fiend, 3-0 and 2 for 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. I mean, TongFu, definitely not a team that you can kind of sit comfortable and say, hey, we're just going to draft our comfort picks and kind of let this drag on and see what we can do with it, because they grab you by the throat and they take you hard. They really don't care about giving any sort of lead back to 3TG. I mean, they fell a couple times. Fortunately, Skywrath falling there, but Shadow Fiend and Queen of Pain doing so much work for them that they've been able to farm up basically everything. Shadow Fiend almost being able to complete his BKB here. Shark actually might be able to get Guardian Greaves here. Has picked up the Mana Boots alongside with the Mechanism, so they're going to look to push bottom here. Rotated in Beyond.
And it's off. Dark light.
Quap just really dominating this game, I've said before, and still not a single tower to show for it for 3TG out of all the push that they had. Darkseer along with the Leshrac, and not a single tower to show. Just unfortunate when you get down by this much and you don't have any gold to really come back on it. We were talking about it last game, and Gyro really needs that good start to be able to control. He needs that farm early on and quick, and he had so much room to farm, and you know, we're almost 20 minutes in and he's only got 55 last hits to show for his name. They just pushed that lane out way too much. Naked Root not really able to farm as best as I think he could, and although he's getting off a couple stacks here, he's spotted out here by Beyond. Throws out the hook. Mystic Flare going out as well, and that's going to be an easy kill for them. And they're going to be able to clean up the rest of this stack, so Clock grabbing that kill from Gyro, and that's going to cut Gyro's farm even more.
Dire's bottom tower
Looks like they want to chase down this
attack.
kill. 4 staff coming out from someone. I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Lashrak. Has the Yule Scepter. Yeah, 4 staff from the Dazzle. As his tower is starting to be chopped down here by Let Me Go. And they've spotted him out. They know he's there.
Do it with flair.
Just look at the sheer raw damage here from Let Me Go. Mark falling so quick.
Wicked sick.
Meanwhile on mid, Quap throwing out, getting another kill here. Falling pretty quick, but does manage to pick off the Earthshaker as well. The Enigma actually grabbed that kill there. And that's going to be 3 for none.
Dire's bottom tower
They forced him
is
all the way
under
back.
attack.
That will be the last
Dire's
outer
bottom
tower here
has fallen.
for TongFu to pick up. And the lead sitting quite comfortable here. Over 15k in XP and 15k in net worth. TongFu just bringing it to him. Darkseer was able to finish off the mech, so Silver doing a good job there to finally pick up definitely a useful item. They need it because they're just dying way too often. And it looks like TongFu is going to go in for here for their first rush. Probably going down here to the Shadow Fiend, and then they might just be able to crack base because they're looking so strong. Has finished up the BKB. He's sitting at level 15 for himself. Yeah, Quap sitting at level 16, Shadow Fiend at 15. Their next best on 3TG is just the Shrek at level 11. Just not strong enough to really hold back this. Clock throwing out the hook going on top of the Dazzle, but unfortunately just misses there. But look how quick he is falling. Let Me Go with the Aegis. Just leading this charge here. Call down being expended, so doing quite a bit of damage. Clock actually throwing out the cogs. Does deter his team a little bit, but they do manage to get the call down, or get the double kill here, even stuck in the call down. And it will be Gyro falling as well as the Dazzle. And they're looking off for secondary consideration pickoffs here. The Shrek still doesn't have his TP up here for another 6 seconds, but I don't think he'll be spotted out here. And they look like they're just going to go mid here. I mean, why not? Still have the Aegis online. Only used 1 BKB charge. Has 3,700 in the bank. Shadow Fiend. Let Me Go, you know how to work it on mid, let me tell you. Lena just doing such a good job in the first game, and Shadow Fiend even stronger in the second game. It almost looks like 14k net worth, 189 last hits. 21 minutes is when they finished the last game with no Rex down. Let's see what they call it this time, because it's not looking really comfortable here for 3TG. Full ward vision here. Unfortunately, they're just kind of sitting right under it, so they know exactly where TongFu is, but it's not a lot they can do about it right now. Coop's now finished her Aghanim Scepter. Looks like she's going for Octarine Core. Has picked up the point booster. Clockwork maybe going for a 4-step. Has picked up the Wizardry. And they've taken full control. Looks like they're settling in their jungle quite fine here. Pushing out every lane possible, so Clock might be throwing out that hook shot anytime soon. They can literally just push this uphill. They really don't need to worry. Sending in the Enigma Illusions, why not? Getting a couple hits here. Shadow Fiend getting a little bit of extra damage here on the T3. Flare going out, so they have got vision inside the base. And this could be the push that we're waiting for. Creep finally here along with the Eidolons. They are cleaned up rather quick here by the Gyro as well as the Shrek. So a lot of cautious play coming out here from TongFu. And I mean, they have the Aegis. They could really just go in. BKB charge back up for the Shadow Fiend. Quap going to be able to deal so much damage. She's pretty tanky on her own. They still have the Black Hole. Blink coming up from the Shadow Fiend. So Looks like they wanted a little bit of extra initiation just to secure it, just in case he can't get inside. So they're going to wait on that Blink Dagger, then look for them to jump inside the base here. Club's going to look to clean up top here, push everything back out just the way they like it, and then they look to probably crack T3s here. Age is going to be reclaimed here in about 2 minutes, so they need to do it rather soon. And it looks like they're actually going to take the fight to him as Call Down does come out. And they do manage to get a first pickup on the Skywrath Mage. Enigma also falling down, but it will be the Shadow Fiend, which is so much pure raw damage. Has thrown out the BKB, has finally come offline. Blink Dagger coming out for the Darkseer just to save him. And Beyond actually falling, so this is a 3 for none yet. And Shadow Fiend gets off his last little raise. It will be the Queen of Pain cleaning up that last kill on the Earthshaker. Aegis being used, coming back here, and they're going to locate Fish and be able to take him down. So ends up being a 2 for 3, but good on 3TG for taking that to them at the start. And they're not really going to be able to do anything on top of this. Fish is down, but we still have the Gyrocopter for that sustain, as well as the Darkseer. I don't know if Wall was even tossed out. No, he still has it. It's a level 2 Wall, so they don't want to jump on that anytime soon. So 3TG coming back full force, taking the fight to them, and it actually pans out okay for them. A little bit of a swing back in the direction, but that's still 20k net worth lead in XP as well as gold. Like, it's looking so grim for them, and they need to be careful chasing out here. Yes, they did just win a team fight, but you can't just be going out by yourself there. They're still really strong. They won a team fight, yes, but they're not going to win 1v1 against the Shadow Fiend. Even the Guap for that matter. Do get vision on her, so Rocket will be coming out, but she'll be okay to just jump away. Spotting out Let Me Go here, and they're actually going to want to go on him. And Blink going out, does use the BKB as well, throws out the Requiem. And saved by the mech, as well as the Shallow Grave here. Clock throwing out the hook shot, does manage to lock on top of the Leshrac. Mystic Flare being used, only gets half the damage on Fish, but it will be the Queen of Pain picking up a double kill. Looks like to be a triple kill. Wall finally being thrown out, so Darkseer managing to get off the Skywrath. Clock now picking up the Gyrocopter, and Gyro, before he did fall, did manage to pick up the Queen of Pain, so lots of gold going his way. He has buyback now if he wants it, but that's a 4 for 2. That's T3, that's Rax, that's another set of Rax if you might want it. I don't think there's a lot 3TG can do to come back on this one. Wall already expended, so Darkseer's going to do what he can to kind of deter this and drag out. Maybe they'll only get one set of racks, but oh my god, Surge going out. Gets the raise, and that'll be a little bit of extra hungry food here for Let Me Go. Darkseer falling down. Does have the buyback, but they're not looking to go anytime soon. They're going to let this Rax fall, and smoked up here. Earthshaker does jump in with his newly acquired Blink. BK being expended, so Earthshaker going to be falling here. Clock did jump on top there as well. And buyback from the Darkseer. They didn't actually manage to get the Rax. Shadow Fiend might actually be falling here. Does actually go down, so lots of gold going to the Darkseer, and they're actually able to hold this. 3TG showing some good life here. Blink Dagger's coming out a heavy. Enigma now picked up one. You saw Earthshakers there, able to get off a beautiful Echo Slam. And just as I was starting to doubt 3TG, they're able to hold their racks and slowly coming back. Not by a lot. A couple blips here and there. BKB now for the Gyrocopter. God, he's playing so deep. He really needs to be careful. I mean, they still haven't taken a tower. There's not a lot of map control that they have. And he's looking for pickoffs that I don't think he really has the need to get right now. He's got to play it a little bit more safer. Quap now picking up an Octarine Core for herself. And she's almost tied here with the Shadow Fiend for net worth after falling there, losing so much gold to the Gyro. But slowly coming back. Still twice ahead, Leshrac as well as the Gyrocopters. That's two carries that are so way ahead of you. Even Enigma, able to farm so well. And I mean, they're pushing out their lanes, they're getting what they need to do. But Objective Gaming here, as they're starting to ping out, they want to take this. They want to get this top racks.
Regeneration.
It looks like a smoke play actually coming out here from 3TG. And all 5 are smoked out. They want to go deep into the jungle here, but
Dire's bottom tower is
they must have spotted out that Shadow Fiend by himself, and they're coming in from both sides. And they just miss him there. And it looks like Shadow Fiend knows what's up. Hugs his own tower. And you know what? With the amount of power that they have, they could dive him, but they don't spot him out. So failed gank by them, unfortunately. And top racks going down. Just not able to make the best to play there. As they're starting to TP in, Quap blinks in. And Earthshaker gets orchided up. This is probably going to be a dead Earthshaker. Yeah, he's dead. And Queen of Pain manages to get the ranged racks. Probably will be able to get their melee racks as well, as they don't have a glyph available. Clock being spotted out, thrown up in the air. Manages to get off the Force Staff just before he gets stunned. Still hasn't used his Blade Fury yet, so falls down, but it will be the Enigma coming in. Beautiful black hole, jumps right on top. Naked Root falling, as well as Fish on the Listrak. It's just the Darks here, both buying back. First lane of racks down. They don't want any more to fall, otherwise this is going to be their hopes and dreams for this series going down. As looks like buybacks, I think that's pretty much it for them. Yeah. Pretty much no more buybacks, not enough gold here for the supports. As they're looking down on bottom while top gets eaten here. And Fish jumps on top, the Queen of Pain. She's manages to blink out, and will be Let Me Go jumping in. Requiem's off, doesn't really get anybody except for a little bit of Fish. But Fish fuels himself up in the air. He needs to be careful. Queen of Pain coming right back in, throws out the ultimate, and that will be a killing spree for the Quap. Scotty being finished here for the Shadow Fiend. He's so damn tanky. 2700 XP. And that's a dieback for Fish. As everybody for TongFu here is lining up on mid. Just waiting here for Beyond to come in. And he'll be able to initiate team fight, throw out a hook. And BKB now finished for the Enigma as well. And just did use the black hole, but BKB presence is still going to be pretty strong. Throw off the Malefice. Still has the mech as well to save his team if he needs it. They're so damn tanky. They don't even need the mech, to be honest. And they do know Rosh is up, so they're going to play it safe. And the Listrac's down for 30 seconds. They're going to say, you know what, we're going to take our time. We're going to sit back, get the Aegis online, put it on probably Clockwork. I mean, Clockwork's been dying a little bit here. The initiation from him has been exceptional, but he's been dying pretty much every time. Forgets to throw out the Blade Mill a couple times, so it's okay. Sitting at 3, 7, and 20, though. He's been a part of so many team fights. 27 kills out of the 38 that they have. That's a lot. That's a lot that he's been a part of. And this should be an easy, quick Rosh for them. And I'm going to say, yeah, it's the Clockwork that's going to be picking that one up. And meanwhile, it looks like 3TG want to come right back out and mark silent stop and brought down Gyro. That will be a dieback for him as Queen of Pain picks up the kill on him with that ultimate. Clock's still wanting to finish this Aegis, but I don't think it's really worth it anymore, buddy. The rest of your team's up and wanting to finish this one as Silver gets silent stop. Everything being used on him. He will be going down. Let Me Go throws out the ultimate. Fish dropping really low. Gets Yulesed up. And he will be dropping. That's a dieback for him. And they finally call GG. So, game 2. Full series going to TongFu. And they managed to sweep them rather handily. As first game 21 minutes, second game 32 minutes. And well played to both teams for sure, but TongFu strutting their stuff as they're able to take this one with ease. The draft that they had was beautiful. The play was exceptional. Laning phase was definitely dominant by far. Definitely giving a hand here to these two supports. 1, 2, 3 supporting on the Skywrath Mage this game. Shark supporting on the Enigma. Both of them very well done. But both are core heroes for sure. Shadow Fiend and Queen of Pain, Let Me Go, and QQ doing quite well and really taking control of it. So well done to both teams in these series, but as I said, TongFu taking this one in UGC Season 5 prelims. Thanks for coming out, everybody, and we'll see you next week for the next round of beautiful prelims brought to you by UGC. Thanks. Thanks everyone again tonight. My name is Sub-Zero, casting for NewMetaMedia. Go ahead and follow us at NMMDota, and follow our own Twitch channel. We're hosting it right now at NewMetaMedia on Twitch. Thanks again, everybody. See you next week.